This is one of the younger buildings in the village. This was built in 1866, and it's from East Norwich, just about 9 miles north of where we are now. And when it was built to be a store, but also a home. So in other words, it wasn't a building that was converted. It was designed and built just as it's laid out. So it was the home of John and Mary Ann Layton. They operated the store. That's how they made a living. So it was a family-run business. What's interesting about the time period is that this is a relatively new method of retail where the items are actually on shelves out in the open for people to come in, browse, and make their selections. And it was modeled after the department stores that were beginning to open up in the big cities. So R.H. Macy, for instance, opened his store in Manhattan in 1858. So John Layton took that model and he deployed it here, but he had limited space. So every couple of shelves is kind of like its own department, because he had, as I said, only just the one room to work with. So behind me, you've got fabric for making clothes. He had a local vendor, Brown Brothers from Huntington, for his pottery. On the other side of the store, you have tobacco in the corner. Next to that is a few shelves dedicated to patent medicines, like a pharmacy. And then a lot of shelves dedicated to different household items, anything that you needed around your house and your farm. So again, he is a hardware store, he's a candy store, fabric, appliance, lighting, everything all in one. The precursor to the department store. Also, people don't shop as frequently, or didn't shop as frequently as we do today. Hence the checkerboard on the barrel that underscores the fact that when people came here, they were encouraged to linger, to socialize. You might run into family and friends that you don't see that often. So that's the reason for that. Okay. It's a good representation of what was available for sale, but it's not everything. For instance, we had canning factories by this time. So John Layton would have canned goods on his shelves, like canned fish and canned meats, a lot of tinware. And he was always on top of what was hitting the market, the latest and greatest things for him to sell. And if you came in and could not find what you wanted, he had catalogs with different manufacturers. So you could look up certain items and actually order things. People don't realize it, but Long Island Railroad had lines running all the way out to Riverhead by 1866. So both people and merchandise could be moved rather easily across Long Island. And it's really a changing time. We're well into the Industrial Revolution. We are a manufacturing nation, so we're manufacturing these goods. All right. He did import certain things. Some of his food items were imported. Coffee beans, sugar, tea, spices, tobacco from the southern states. So again, his intention was to have just about anything that anybody, any family could possibly need.
East Norwich then would have been on the Oyster Bay line.
Correct. Right. Yeah, like I said, just about 9 miles north of here. Right.
So they would take a wagon and just go to the railroad station and pick up freight?
Yeah. He would pick up most of his goods. He'd pick up at the Hicksville train station, things that were coming in from the city, from Brooklyn. And then there were other things that you could purchase here that he didn't stock that would also have to be, shipped. Like our 19th century washing machine in the corner over there, which was the most expensive item he had for sale. He didn't stock that, so this would be something that he had 2 floor models. I think this was the smaller version. And so if somebody came into a store and he saw that, or they saw his advertisement for it, because he would advertise for this in the local papers as a time saver for mom, powered by one child. And then if they liked it and they wanted to order one, he could for them. This was probably the most expensive item he would have for sale in his store. approximately $13, I think, at the time. In today's dollars, that's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1,200 or $1,300. So everything in the store is anywhere from a couple of pennies to a couple of dollars, that being the most expensive.
Thank you for your tale.
You're very welcome.